In today's video, I'm going to show you my new dirt bike trailer from Tow Smart Trailers. Let's jump right in. What's up guys, welcome to Trail Tune Up. My name's Jason, and in today's video we are receiving our new trailer from Tow Smart Trailers. I'm going to show you guys what it's like to receive this trailer, how much installation is required, and a couple various reasons of why I bought this specific trailer. It just seemed to suit my needs. You may notice that I don't have my normal microphone on. That's because when this trailer showed up, they basically called me and said, I'm here. So I quickly grabbed my camera, didn't have time to put the mic on it. And so for the sake of consistency, we're just gonna do this whole video with the onboard cameras on the GoPro. The moving company just hit me up and let me know that they're here with the trailer. Let's get ready to grab it. So I ordered this trailer on Wednesday, June 4th. And at the date of this arrival, it was Friday, June 27th. The trailer cost $2,499, add another $299 for shipping and $218.67 for taxes, bringing our total to $3,016.67. I forgot to mention that they actually offered a free spare tire with my purchase, which was really awesome. As you can see, this trailer was delivered on a pallet and it was very well packaged. I then decided to remove any parts of the trailer that were not ratcheted down so I could kind of get organized and take a look at what I was dealing with here. All right, so here's everything that we've pulled off the pallet so far. We've got the ramp right here, obviously both wheels, and then in here we have the fenders for the wheels. I'm gonna go ahead and probably install these wheels first because I don't see any other way to do it. Here's what comes in the box. A little bit of foam padding for shipment. Looks like we got the caster wheels in there. Probably some hardware or ratchet straps. Let's see what these are. These are the safety cables for when you put it on the back of your vehicle. And I'm assuming there should be some hardware in here as well. Now, one thing to point out here is this piece right here. It's basically to seal off the bearings. It comes in the tire like this, but when you install it, you actually want to bring it from the back side and bring it up, which is what I did right over here, so that it blocks it off. I also really like that they give you enough space on this pallet to install the tire while it's still on the pallet. That is definitely a crucial move. So all the ratchet straps have been removed. It's still nice and sturdy. It's not going anywhere. Haven't torqued down the wheels yet. They're supposed to be at 60 pounds per foot. Just getting them on there so we can roll this off and then do the rest of the install. All the hardware for the fenders, and I'm gonna figure out what this thing is. All right, so this Alpha Sport trailer comes with 3 caster wheels for setting it up right. These 2 right here are gonna go here, and this piece with this attachment, see where those bolts go? They'll go right in through there, so it'll kind of make like a triangle. This piece will stick out up here like this. Let's install it. So these are our safety cables. To install these, you're gonna wanna make sure you sandwich them in between these 2 washers. Snug this down nice and tight. Obviously you want it to be able to move a little bit, but you don't wanna see that nut moving when you move it side to side. All right, so when installing your fender bracket, which is this piece right here, we actually had to get this piece off. And once we've taken that piece off all the way, we'll insert the bracket, followed by the washer, followed by the nut, and then we're gonna put a safety cotter pin in there to make sure that this thing can never move. So it's essentially gonna look like this. Boom. Followed by that, followed by the bolt. And as you can see, this nut has these notches in it so that when it gets over that hole, we can insert the safety pin to ensure it never moves. And then we should be all set to finish off the fender. You do have to torque this down to 120 foot-pounds. So as you can see, now that we've got this torqued down correctly, we stick the cotter pin in through there, we bend it across, up and down right here. As you can see, this is the fender bracket I was talking about earlier, and then it installs in 3 other points here, down there, and right here to basically make this all one piece on the fender. We did the same exact thing to this side right here, and then we had to pull some of this wiring out from right here to connect it to make sure that our lights work. And this thing is super easy to move. I'm literally using one hand to move it. So much better than my last trailer, which weighed 700 pounds. This weighs about 350 pounds. So this is all the information that came with the trailer. I'm covering up the VIN number of it. I don't know why, I just am. And you get a certificate of origin for the vehicle. Basically that's so that you can get a license plate for this trailer. So the last trailer that I owned cost me $500 and it was in terrible shape when I got it. The thing weighed 700 pounds. It was so hard for me to get it to stand upright, but I was able to do it by myself. Eventually I decided, you know what, this is kind of dangerous how much strength it takes me to actually pick this thing up and get it onto its vertical position. So I ended up putting some money into that trailer. I made about $400 in profit on it once you take away the expenses to make the trailer a bit nicer. And I decided, you know what, now I'm gonna get something nice like this. Very nice that you've got the extra spare tire right here. Obviously the rims do not look as nice as these, but that's all right. We hope to never have to use this, but if we do, we will. Right here you can see the specs for the trailer. It's a 2025 manufactured by Tow Blazer Inc. Obviously, Tow Smart Trailers is some sort of middleman. They get these from Tow Blazer Inc. and then they sell them themselves. This is a single bike trailer. It can tow a full-size motorcycle. I was really concerned with the width and the size. I almost got a 3-bike trailer. It's only $100 more, but it is a lot wider and I have minimal room in this garage, so this is what we went with. Now, normally when I go dirt biking, I either go by myself or I meet some people out there. So I didn't really have needs for a 3-bike trailer, which is what I originally owned. And I did at one point have 2 dirt bikes, but I sold one of them. So now I've just got the one. So a single trailer really suited my needs. One of the things I want to point out that's really awesome about this one is the wheel chock. So obviously you get the wheel on there, boom, locks your wheel in place, you're good to go. It's got plenty of places to add your tow straps. And it's got 3 ramps that you connect all together, 1, 2, and 3, and you can literally ride your bike up onto the trailer. I don't know if I'll be doing that. I'm very used to just walking my bike onto the trailer, so I probably will do that anyways, but it's really nice that the ramps are super wide and they all stow away really easy. And the next thing we got to do is install our hitch. Got it right here. And I definitely want to recommend that you guys get one of these if you use a trailer hitch for anything. Basically, this locks it in place and makes it so it doesn't move at all. I'll show you what I mean in a second here. I also recommend that you get yourself a locking pin so that no one can steal your hitch off of your car. As you can see, we now have the locking pin installed, and this right here, this is why I recommend you get one of these, and I'm going to show you how to install. This extra play makes tons of noise in the car while you're driving a trailer, but it also makes it a little less stable. So what we're going to do is get this installed. I'll show you how to do it. It's super easy, and you'll see how much more stable this becomes after we install it. All right, so we're going to try to do this one-handed. So basically you come from under right here. You want to push up as much as you can, and then we want to place the plate on top. Now when you place the plate on top, you want this sort of edge that goes down to be on this side. So we're gonna go like this, and you want that logo facing you right here. Now we are going to install our washer and then our locking washer. We'll do the same on the other side, washer, then locking washer. And then you're gonna see it comes with 4 bolts here. One has sort of this blue threading, that's like a locking nut, and then this is the one that we're going to put on first. So let's go ahead and install those. All right, now we've got everything installed. We go washer, locking washer, nut, locking nut, and now look at that. No movement, no play whatsoever is going to make for a much more stable and less noisy ride. All right, so the next thing I'm going to do is get this trailer put onto the car. So I'm going to show you guys that now. It rolls super easy, fairly lightweight. Go ahead and just pull this down. Very easy to do compared to my last trailer. Got one of these stands that I use just to hold it up. So when I was first putting on the caster wheels, I was trying to figure out, like, why do they have this kind of mechanism on there? And I realized that you cannot open the trailer without taking this off. So not a huge deal. We just pull these out. Kind of hard to do this one-handed. I gotta. Alright, so basically super easy. You pull those pins out, this comes out. That'll allow us to open this all the way. So let's go ahead, pull this little piece. Really love the design here. They've really thought this out really well. And then we pull this back down. Sorry, trying to do this one-handed. And then we'll pull out the ramps. Alright, let's go take this down to the car. One thing I noticed was that these cables were super long, so I actually kind of wrapped them around one time through and then like this to sort of get rid of some extra slack so that it's not dragging on the ground. Next thing I want to talk about is a locking pin for this portion right here. I've got one of these. This thing is awesome. Basically, you know, obviously we have the locking pin right here so no one can steal the hitch itself, but someone could easily open this up, pop it off, pull these off, and take off with your entire trailer, potentially even your bike on there. So this right here makes it so that we can lock this so no one can undo it from your trailer hitch. So this is a very, very good thing to have. I can't recommend it enough. You can get it on Amazon as well. The name is Retrue. All right, so we're all hooked up. The wiring is what we're going to test next. My wiring specifically for my vehicle actually comes out of here. This wire is designed to be basically smashed by the trunk over and over again, and of course we'll replace it if it ever breaks, but I unfortunately don't have the luxury of having something located right here. I could have installed it that way, but it takes a lot more work and a lot of extra drilling. So let's go ahead and test the lights now. Whenever you tow this trailer with nothing on it, you're going to actually want to have this portion folded up. It's a bit safer for other cars so that they don't hit anything. You just want to make sure that you go ahead and you lock it down using this mechanism. And so this is how we are going to test out the trailer. First, we're just going to pull it like this. All right, here we go. We're starting our maiden journey with the trailer. Definitely want to make sure I'm not hearing any weird sounds or feeling anything strange before we throw the dirt bike on it. I do hear a little bit of noise, but obviously that's because the trailer is sort of folded in half right now. So the metal pieces are gonna bump against each other, which is totally fine. All right, so far so good. Everything's feeling super smooth. Just gonna do a quick little U-turn right here and get back to the house. Then we'll load up the dirt bike on the trailer and take her for a quick ride. There are these pieces right here. There's 2 on each ramp that we need to take off. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. The third one is right under here so that we can build the nice wide ramp to take the bike onto the trailer and strap it down. We've gone ahead and installed the ramp now. Everything's nice and sturdy. I really like how they have these pieces right here going through the top and the bottom. They come with these little buttons to make sure it never slides out, and then they reinstall back in here and then back on to the trailer for when you're ready to ride. I already installed my tow straps, so let's get the bike up on there. So when I loaded the bike on here, I noticed that the wheel chock wasn't fully engaged, it seems. So I'm gonna move this back about 2 slots and then throw the bike back on there. Bike is super dusty because of some work that's been going on in the garage, but we'll take care of that later. One thing I want to point out, the best place to put your soft hook tow straps are right here on the lower triple clamp. If you put them in through there, this is the most ideal location. You want to watch out for any wiring or anything back here, obviously, but the worst thing you can do is do it by your handlebars. You definitely don't want to do that. This is easily the best location to do it by, and it's going to stop your bike from going backwards. It is going to stop your bike from going forwards. Obviously, it'll stop it from going side to side. Here we go. Let's give it a little swerve test. Now that the trailer is not folded in half, I'm hearing literally no noise back there whatsoever, which is awesome. My last trailer was super noisy, even with the bike on it, so knowing that this one is completely quiet is freaking awesome, and I do not even feel it on the back of the car right now. I had to do kind of a quick little break there, but didn't feel bad or anything. So now we're taking the trailer back home. We're gonna take the dirt bike off. We're gonna fold the trailer up. We're gonna flip it up vertically, and then we're gonna store it. Right, so now I'm basically gonna push this button in, and we're gonna pull this all the way through. This is what's holding all the ramps together. So this goes like that. And then each of these ramps, the left one and the right one will go on here, and the center one will mount right under here. Now we've unhooked everything, the safety cables. We put our ramps back, the one under, the two on the sides. We're gonna lift back up, get this closed, lock this down. Now that's secure. Pull this off. Now we're ready to lift it up. Put this down right here. And as you can see, this thing moves super easy. No problems with bringing it up the hill. All right, so we got the trailer back in the garage. Now we're gonna insert this third wheel so that we can flip it up vertically. So now that I've actually got to put together the trailer and give it a little test drive, both with and without the bike, I'm gonna go over a few things that I like and don't like about it. So first things that I really like: super sturdy design, very well made, attachment points for the ramps, everything was thought of well, having that spare tire underneath out of the way, all great things. Super light, easy to flip up vertically, easy to store, small footprint. The thing that I don't like is the ramps take 5 or 10 minutes probably to actually pull them off, put them together, and then you get your bike off, you go riding, you come back, and then you got to spend another 5 or 10 minutes to get the ramps back onto the trailer, and then you get home and you repeat the process all over again. On the last trailer that I owned, it was just a simple ramp. I threw it on there, I pulled the bike, threw it on the trailer, I strapped it down, and we were good to go. So I'll easily take having to spend some more time on the ramps over a heavy trailer that's dangerous for me to lift up by myself. Thanks for watching the video. If you found it helpful in any way, feel free to drop a like, drop a comment down below, and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching. We'll see you out on the trail.